Hi, in this video we're going to show you how to hang a picture that has the wire hanging system on it with two hooks. As you can see in my hand, I have two hooks, two nails, and this is this type of system we're going to be hanging in this video. If you have only one hook, or if you don't even have this wire at all, you should be watching another video. And we have one video on our website for each style of hanging system that we offer. Often your hooks will be in a bag, poly bag like this here, or that bag might be hanging on top of your wire here. So that way you know you're watching the right video. Hi, I'm Brian from the Framing Nook. Our customers tell us it's not always that easy to hang pictures. So we made this video series, and we're hoping it's going to make it a lot easier for you to hang your pictures. So first thing you want to do is find out exactly on your wall where you want to put this picture. So just grab your picture and a pencil, locate the picture on the wall, and if you want to hang the picture right there, what you have to do is put a very light pencil mark on the top right corner and the top left corner. And then you want to find the distance, you want to find the center point between those two lines. So we'll get our measuring tape and we'll measure between those two little lines we just made. So you just divide that distance by 2 and make another little line on your wall. That'll be the top center of your picture. Now we're going to go back to the back side of our picture and we're going to find out the distance between the wall hooks. Now because in this system we have two wall hooks, usually that means when we supplied two wall hooks, that means you have a heavier picture and it needs to be on the two hooks. Use the two hooks. So you have to find out what distance those are going to be between those hooks. We're basically going to have the hooks about that far apart. You're going to want about a third distance here, another third distance, and another third distance in between, or a little wider. You don't want it to be this close together, and you don't want it to be way over here. But anywhere around here would be great. So it's a little tricky to measure this, but if you use your fingers and a measuring tape, we got this set at 10 inches in between our fingers. And so just hold one finger. You have to remember that measurement, 10 inches. Just hold that one finger down, and you also have to measure from the top of the frame to your finger there. And in this case we got 5 inches. So 10 inches between our fingers and then 5 inches from the top to each finger. Now what we want to do is go to our wall and transfer those measurements onto our wall. So we had 10 inches in between each finger. So we want to find our center line on the wall that we marked in the earlier stage. And half of 10 is 5. So we're going to make another mark at 5 inches. Maybe we'll make an X this time so we have a few marks on our wall here and we know which is which. And then we'll put an X at the 10 inches. So our 5 inches is right at the center line that we made. We'll make a mark at one edge, and then 5 times 2 is 10. So we have an X at the 0. Our center line's at the 5. And we have another X at the 10. So now we've got our distance between the hooks figured out. We also need to transfer that other measurement, the height, on our picture. I believe we had 4 inches there. So what we're going to have to do is by each X, measure down 4 inches, place a mark there. Down at 4 inches, place a mark there. That's where you have to put your hooks. And actually, if you want the hooks to be exact, the bottom, I don't know if you can see this when you zoom in, the bottom of your hook, where it comes back up, that actually should be at the line you made on the wall, not the nail. If you don't have to, if your half inch is not going to make a difference here, that's fine. But if you want to be really critical, use the bottom of the hook. So the bottom of the hook at the line Just hammer your nail into the wall. Then you're going to put your other one at the other line. Right at those 2 points. Make sure you're using the bottom points. Now we can get our picture and we can hang them on those hooks. Again, this might be a two-person job, or in my case, just grab your wire with your right hand, hold the picture with your left, and you're going to have to go in behind, do the farthest hook first, hang it on the hook, not the nail, and then the next hook to the right, hang it on the hook, but not the nail. There we go. Straighten it out a little bit. We have bump-ons on the bottom corners. Those bump-ons help it not slide around on the bottom. You might have to shift this around so you get it exactly. You want to have those pencil marks you made at the very beginning of this exercise should be at the top corners, and it should be able to sit there. So hopefully this helps you out. Again, it's Brian from the Framing Nook, and we hope you have a great time hanging all your pictures. Thank you.